Mr. Anab, let me complete. The BJP would like to make it very clear. Let there be a complete transparency in this whole affair. Where is the problem? And the country deserves to know whatever has been happening in this IPL business. Now, you cannot adjudicate at this point of saying that someone has threatened someone. We would more than that like this entire episode to be exposed. So what is the problem?
Well,
now, but there are many things which the government needs to find out, and the government must put its machinery to find out whatever is happening. And it's just not casting aspersions on one statement.
There is, I refuse to believe here. I'm going to Suhel and then I'm going to Mahesh after. One refuses to believe here that all the evidence came now that the franchises are owned by multiple entities spread across the world, including tax havens, probably operating as front organizations. Sunanda Pushkar and Shashi Tharoor is only the most recent example. What people putting on blinkers till then, Suhel? About what's going on in the IPL?
Can I just say a few things really bluntly in response to your really blunt question? Let's get real. This country is now a country of nexuses. This is not the Republic of India, this is the Republic of nexuses. There's a nexus between politics and cricket, a nexus between politics and some sections of the media, a nexus between politics and Bollywood. What we are seeing today is the degradation and the deprivation of everything that India should and must hold dear. We built an IPL brand and we have today dragged it into the mud. It is the subject of sleaze, sex, politics, money and gossip. That's what we've dragged a mere game which all of us love called cricket to. As for Shashi Tharoor, Rajiv Pratap Rudy, my good friend, may think Shashi Tharoor is inconsequential. He's not. I'm a citizen of India. He's a minister in my Prime Minister's government and the President has sworn him to the oath of allegiance to this constitution. He is not inconsequential. His behavior must be above board. I don't care whether he's seeing Sunanda Pushkar or who Sunanda Pushkar is, whether he made that call to Lalit Modi, it's irrelevant. Perceptually, Arnab, Lalit Modi and Shashi Tharoor sadly today are in the dock of perceptual misrepresentation and misdemeanor. That needs to be corrected. So what are the solutions? We can keep having this argument between these political parties. And let me tell you, all these political parties have skeletons. All their representatives want to dabble in cricket because there's glamour and money. All of these guys want to dabble in infrastructure projects. That's how crooked the nature of Indian politics is today. So the solution is as follows. Shashi Tharoor must resign like Lal Bahadur Shastri did. Don't wait for the headmaster to return from Washington and then go and place yourself in the headmaster's room and say, okay, here's my hand. Do you want to cane me or do you want to leave me go? So Shashi Tharoor must resign, and it is not that he will be playing into the hands of the BJP.
I want to ask Mahesh
He will be doing it out of the same respectability that Tharoor is known for.
No, I want to ask
Lalit
Mahesh.
Modi must allow a regulatory body to be set up to
one
control
second.
IPL.
Let's not get the government into managing IPL. That's not the response. But I want to ask you, Mahesh.
I'm saying a regulator.
No. I want to ask Mahesh here. Mahesh, what do you think is going on right now? Because, you know, perception is so important. And it's not Mr. Shashi Tharoor's credibility alone, isn't it? It's the credibility of the government.
Yeah, it's less than a year ago that Shashi Tharoor gave up a very important UN assignment. He's a respected scholar, writer, someone with a shining academic career. He wins the seat in the Lok Sabha from a very difficult seat, Thiruvananthapuram. He comes in the first term as Minister of State for External Affairs. He's someone with a fairly extensive knowledge of international affairs. And one is he seems to get into controversy time and over. But this time it is somewhat more serious because it is a question of propriety. And, you know, you were naming figures in the beginning like Lal Bahadur Shastri, and frankly, it is difficult to see figures today with the greatest respect of that sort of stature anywhere in public life. But in the case of Mr. Tharoor, I think, or Dr. Tharoor, we must acknowledge this was a person who got the blessings of the most senior leadership of the party and the government. And today they are looking at a question of whether they have to do damage control. The Prime Minister is someone who chooses his words very carefully. He said he will ascertain the facts once he comes back. To me, that itself indicates that there is something which Mr. Tharoor has to rethink about the way he's conducted his public life. A political life is very different from life of other sorts. A political person, particularly one holding high public office, is always in public glare. So I think it has become a question of damage control for the government. It's leading, as you rightly say, to the question of financing of IPL, to the whole issue of whether there is money which is of an unsavory sort involved in this very vast game of cricket. But for now, the spotlight will stay on Tharoor until the government at the highest level and the party makes up its mind. And I think it's looking at a very difficult choice right now.
You see, so far, there has been an iron curtain, Mr. Raja. There has been an iron curtain when it comes to information on the Indian Premier League, because all we are told, it's a market enterprise, a free market enterprise. It's a there should be there needn't be any information given out. We don't need to pay tax. It's a different kind of system. You are targeting a bigger issue, aren't you, Mr. Raja? You are talking about the problem in the IPL itself. What, in your view, should be the next step? Not about the IPL, let's say about Shashi Tharoor.
No, definitely there are certain larger issues, there are certain immediate issues. The larger issue is the way IPL has been allowed to function in this country. IPL has become, as Mr. Rudy was saying, a business. A speculative business.
But
cricket, one of the most lovable games in the country, has become a business. And there huge money is involved. And as somebody is saying, some nexus don't put as politicians in general. A section of the politicians or a few politicians are increasingly getting involved in IPL business, speculative business.